accidentally cut out. So we have 7 normal guest characters, 5 PlayStation, 5 Nintendo if they allow it. Now, let's add 8. Let's count High on Life. Let's do Commander Shepard and another Mass Effect character is the Echo. I haven't played those games, but man, I heard they were good. And, well, I have the games on Xbox and PC. I want to get it again on PlayStation since somebody took them. But yeah. I was going to play them on PlayStations, believe it or not. Now, another character I want to add in is... That's 9. We have... So that's like, what? We need 15. This is a writing session, okay? So we did cut Shovel Knight. We might save him for another game. But if we want an indie rep, what should it be? Fine. We'll do Shovel Knight with... Actually, no, that might not work. Black Knight! Yes, he's the Echo. Black Knight's the Echo. Yes, thank you. Now for 11, we'll have a very esoteric character. Have you ever played the Lego games made by TT Games before? Notice how in every TT Games Lego game, when you swap in the character, there's always this swirling spirit with bricks swirling around it. That's the Lego spirit. The Lego spirit will be a character. And in the moveset, you will be able to swap between minifigs. Yes! Although the minifigs will represent the characters from Smash Bros. That's it. I do want that. Yes. Yes! Do that. So TT Games has a rep now. And Lego, if we can convince them to let them in. Which, of course, I don't think they will, so... Maybe... I don't know. But anyway, if they allow us to let them in, we'll let them in under the condition that we'll let the Lego spirit in from TT Games' Lego game, as long as Lego doesn't really advertise that's a part of it, because it will be an M-rated platform fighting game. And as a unique touch, the Lego fig will be the only character that doesn't have gore. Mainly because there is no gore within the internal structure. It'll just be plastic being blown off. Although if there is a few modes that need gore in it, fine. I guess we could have a brick heart or a brick spirit heart as a workaround, so that just in case they really don't want to mess it up. We'd have to do a lot of legal work. 12, Clyde from Final Fantasy 16, and Noctis as the Echo from 15. Reason? We already have Cloud Strife in Smash Bros. And Sora. And no, I don't think we're going to be able to get Sora in the first game anyway, due to the fact that he's already having a deal with Smash Bros. So, gosh, this is a tough one. What else can we add? I think we can add a character. What else can we add? How about we add... there's 11. What's the other ones I thought of? I have an idea. This one's already a little bit effy. Actually, yeah, we can have... Oh, yeah. Okay, no, we're doing it. We're gonna have Volt Tech, as well as Fallout Boy as the Echo for Volt Tech, as the Volt Tech rep, Ek Prisoner as the character. We're gonna have the Volt Tech character, as well as a Fallout Boy as the Echo from the Fallout rep. As for, Skyrim and Oblivion, you're gonna have, I'm gonna have Actually, I'm going to think about it. Yeah, we're going to have the Dragonborn with the Oblivion character, which is the one I really want to play as the rep for Oblivion. We're also going to have... So yes, that's about like 5 Bethesda/Xbox. That's more than Xbox characters because they have a lot of character games now. Yeesh. Okay, last character. The last character needs to be something really iconic. But... and no, it will not be Bubsy. He's being saved for another game. As a rep from Atari. I think he needs to build a better game catalog up for since we first... because he does have Bubsy 4D coming out. Who can we get? Either it's going to be iconic or it's going to be really obscure. There's 2 choices we have. We could basically do something a little creative and have what can we do? Actually, we've had enough creative characters, but I'm still thinking, what could be... Fuck it. We'd add an obscure character. So, there are 2 choices we have in obscure character. The obscure character choices are, well, here they are. It's either gonna be, it's either going to be a more obscure character from a completely obscure franchise that's video game related, or it's going to be a video game related YouTube character. It's AVG and James Rolfe. We're going to add James Rolfe into the game with AVG and 8-bit James Rolfe as the alt. Yes, James Rolfe from the Angry Video Game Nerd fame, if he wants, will be the 15th character out of the other. Will be the 20th character, will be the 25th character, and he's going to be a very hard to unlock one. We're going to make it hard as balls. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to play on the campaign on hard, beat the campaign on hard, intense, and if you manage to do that, you're going to be able to face off against both AVG and 8-bit nerd and an adventures nerd. At the same time, you have to blow them both off of the stage, and then the stage is super fucking hard to beat. Preferably with LGN logos all over. With games from LGN or like, Where Did You Learn to Fly, Girl? Which, since Atari is going to be from the game, fine, we'll include her. Or even E.T. or whatever. We'll just make it a bonanza for James Rolfe. It's basically the stage is going to be shitty, glitchy game. And yes, you're going to be able to fight James Rolfe and 8-bit James Rolfe. Now, if he says no, we will find another character, so I'm thinking yes. We're going to include Geralt either in the first game or the second game, as well as his alt. But if James Rolfe says yes, actually we're going to include him in the first, but if James Rolfe says yes, we're going to have AVGN and AVGN 8-bit nerd as the Echo instead of Shovel Knight and Black Knight. Yeah. There. We'll add Shovel Knight and Black Knight in the second game if James Rolfe says no. If James Rolfe says yes. He'll be a first, if James Rolfe says yes, to Multiversinaria having AVG and 8-bit referenced, yes, we will indeed have wait until the second game to have Shovel Knight and Black Knight. He'll be like, okay. In fact, I was actually thinking... So there you go. There's the writing session I just did for the guest characters in Multiversinaria. Now, what are their stages going to be like? Mario stage, believe it or not, is going to be a Mushroom Kingdom. Preferably one inspired by the movie, but not exactly the movie. Same goes for Luigi. Now, a stage for Link and Breath of the Wild Link could be the Twilight Realm and Ruins of Hyrule to differentiate it from the Tower from Breath of the Wild. Yes. And yes, because Smash Bros. Has failed to do it, if Sakurai does not add a Bowser's Castle stage to the next Smash, we're gonna go, and if they approve of it, Luigi will also there'll also be a second stage for Mario being Bowser's Castle. Samus and Psylocke, since we're gonna be a little different, so they want us to do Dark Samus, which I don't think that would be a good idea. Let's do Dark Samus anyways. But Samus and Dark Samus will, believe it or not, have more esoteric stages from the franchise. From that Smash Bros. Will allow. Basically, we're gonna have, from Metroid Prime, from Metroid, we're gonna have a Galactic Federation outpost for Samus from Metroid Prime 4. And we're gonna have, yes, if it's Dark Samus, we'll have the final battle. If they have required us to do Dark Samus, we'll have the final battle from Metroid Prime 3 as Dark Samus' stage. Now for Kirby, we're gonna have Green Greens. Yes, we're doing this just in case, as the characters that might not be added, unless Nintendo says yes. Same goes for PlayStation. But for Bandana Waddle Dee, believe it or not, I don't think Green Greens does fit him too. So how about how about inside the clock from Kirby Superstar Ultra? Or something more esoteric, like the Void Termina stage. We'll just make it a final boss stage from Kirby. As for Inkling and Octoling, you'll have the Intropolis. Yes, you're going to have Intropolis as the stage. And you're going to have the Octoling Underground, either from Side Order or Splatoon 2's expansion. As the, I prefer the subways of Splatoon 2's expansion because it's going to be a little darker as the Octoling stage. As for PlayStation, Astrobot will get the Astrobot inside the ship as a stage, Astrobot Desert as a stage, which will have as well a Sackboy having his own stage that shuffles around state places from Little Big Planet. We're on the PlayStation characters now. As for Last of Us, we're gonna have two stages. One's gonna be, I don't want to do anything offensive, so the first stage will be based off of the giraffe scene from the first game with the subway and stuff. Whereas the second stage will be the beach from the second game. Yes, I'm avoiding the Firefly scene for a reason. The third stage, Kratos is going to have a Greek stage and a Norse stage. Preferably Olympus for Kratos. And yes, for an older Kratos, we're going to have Kratos' shack. As for, let's just say, Nathan Drake, we're gonna do yes, this is gonna be a pretty terrifying stage. Yes, you're gonna have to fight on the train stage from Uncharted 2, where the train is hanging off the cliff. And you have to climb up, and you're also going to have to fight on the platform, as well as, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to have a stage from the other core's perspective. I don't know. We're going to have a stage. We're going to have a Thief's End jungle as the stage. So there are 2 Uncharted stages, since both of them were in both games. As for Ratchet and Clank, we're going to have, yes, from Ratchet and Clank 1 / PS4, we're going to have the Plate City where Quark is at. Metropolis is not it. Metropolis, there we go. Whereas Rivet is gonna have Emperor Nefarier's city as the stage, and then we're getting into the Turok stuff. Turok the Dinosaur Hunter will have the jungles as the stage, but Oblivion will have, believe it or not, a cityscape. Yes, Turok Oblivion will be represented. Turok is going to get either the jungle, or we're going to give him the jungle. For Sub-Zero and Scorpion, Scorpion gets the Netherrealm, while Sub-Zero gets a wintry forest. And both will be structured like an actual fighting game stage. Ryu is gonna get Street Fighter 6's Ryu stage, and Luke is gonna get the training stage from the campaign, this training arena from the campaign of Street Fighter 6. Got that? Good. As for Hacker, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get the Citadel Station as the stage. You're gonna have to work your way up to beat Shodan, and she will be in the campaign, don't worry. As well, if we can convince Atari, as well as this another area from System Shock 2 as the other character stage. Now, as for Yars, we're getting a stage from Yars Revenge, which is based off of the classic arcade game, with with it swapping between actually it'll just be based off the arcade game, but it'll be reimagined to where it'll look like the comic in a game format. And the Yars sequel character, whoever that ends up being, will be in the game, have a stage from that game as well. Pong will be a stage, as well as Pong Quest from a Pong Quest stage for the Pong Girl. As for Doomslayer, yes, So what have we covered so far? Turok, Hacker. Yours, Pong, Hacker, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, Turok, Ryu and Street. Yes, we've covered 7. So Doomslayer, believe it or not, will have, yes, 2 stages. Hell on Earth from Doom Eternal, and yes, we're gonna have have the Underworld from Doom the Dark Ages, or as a stage. Yes, the Dark Ages Slayer will have an undead equivalent costume, because he's the only other costume that is completely different. So you'll be able to play undead Dark Ages Slayer. Now, what else? AVGN. We're gonna have an AVGN 8-bit. We're gonna have the Nerds Room from 8-bit. It will look like photorealistic because they'll have the NES Possessed NES, as well as, let me see, AVGN Adventures, LGN, Tom Fuck stage. I did say this was gonna be rated M. As for, the Lego characters, we're having a Lego Overworld and a Lego... Since the Lego character will have actually, no. We might not be able to add that because there's no... Okay, fuck it. We're not adding the Lego. Lego won't approve of it anyways. So Shovel Knight will have the Shovel Ground as well as the Enchanter's Tower as the other stage for Shovel Knight and Black Knight. The town from Shovel Knight and the tower from Shovel Knight. We're not adding the character. Fuck it, Lego's not being in it. Because I don't think Lego will want the character in an M-rated game anyways. That's sad. But, I guess... What else? Vault Tech will have the Vault and the Wastelands from Fallout. We're also gonna have... The Wastelands will have a nuke scene in it, too. And then it'll pass on through ages instantly to the wasteland that the Vault Tech people go through. There'll be a stage from Oblivion that's hellish, and Dragonborn will have and Skyrim will have an ice stage. Yes, this is real. Final Fantasy 16 will have a more late game stage, while the palace will be Noctis' stage. Yes, that's also real. As for Sonic, yes, we'll have an alternate version of Green Hill. We're also going to have a stage, believe it or not, from the CFW comics, or whatever it is. It's basically going to be based off of the CFW comics. For Tails. For Minecraft, we're going to have the Overworld from Steve with the to the real world. We're shifting between the real world and the Nether. As well with the Overworld Stone, Overworld Crystal, whatever it is. As well as the end for another Minecraft movie, where you have to fight the Ender Dragon. For Shadow Labyrinth Pac-Man and Survival Horror Pac-Man, those are going to have those stages represented as well. Mass Effect will have Citadel 7 as the Citadel as the stage, as well as the final area of Mass Effect 3, where you're going to have to make a choice in the campaign in that area. We did say, now, what else? Yes, and yes. High on Life will have High on Life 2 City Stage, as well as the final boss area from High on Life 1. And yes, if we have voice acting, we'll have to find a way to have Kenny not in the game. I hate doing that. I hate what Justin Roiland did, forcing another character to take Kenny's place. That was awful. Dude. As for, Mega Man will have the, I did remove my Smash first version of the opening stage, highway stage, just to replace it with a better version. So it'll be based off of the better version of the highway stage I have on my Smash Ultimate save. And we'll also have a stage from Mega Man Zero, which is the pod stage. We have the ruins in Shadow Labyrinth as that game stage, with it shifting to the War in the Skies from Galactica. Now, what else do we have? I think we're almost there. I think we've almost done all the stages for all the characters. What else is there? High on Life, Final Fantasy, Yars, Pong, Pac-Man, a Minecraft movie, classic Sonic, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Shovel Knight, AVGN, Turok, Doom. We're missing one. I think the last one's gonna need to be... We'll figure it out. I'm wanting this as I won't go, but apparently... Oh, yeah, Cuphead and Mugman. We have the final boss stage and Mugman's house as the stages. There! All the stages are set. For the 25 guaranteed, because I do think Sony will allow us to do it as long as the early unlocks are for PlayStation. Just like they allowed Fortnite to have Kratos and other platforms. And Aloy and Nathan Drake. But Nintendo's the other... We'll add 10 more, an extra 5 from the base in-house characters if Nintendo says yes to those 5. So there you go. We've done the guest character roster for Multiversinaria 1. Now, believe it or not, Smash Bros. Characters are going to be a special surprise for very late in the campaign. Yes. It's going to be very late in the campaign when you're going to unlock them. And it will be a similar reveal to the reveal in the Subspace Emissary for Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, this is a real thing I'm planning, and I might as well do an extra thing. So, this is the guest character writing session, and we've already said that we have all 25 to 30 guest characters planned, depending on whether we're going to be able to get the Smash Bros. Characters or not. I would like the Smash Bros. Characters to be added, because if that's the case, I could have the flagship have a few more characters, potentially maybe even teasing future game that haven't happened yet for a few of the 5. So yeah, there you go. I have just announced, and it will be a multi-platform game on every platform, so bye.